Tonight on Kent Stater TV, the search for Nancy Guthrie continues. The new police from Savannah Guthrie and her family.
Tensions with Iran are on the increase, and the United States is now bolstering its military presence.
We've hit the 4-year mark since the beginning of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. We have a close look tonight at these stories and more on Kent Stater TV.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good Tuesday evening and welcome back to Kent Stater TV. I'm Sydney Brown.
And I'm Joe Malbin. Thank you for joining us.
We start tonight in Alliance, where a Norfolk Southern train derailed just before 7 this morning. An eastbound train derailed from a break in one rail car's main beam, spilling a solid form of baking soda, according to the Alliance Safety Service Director. The Alliance Fire Department confirmed the substance as a non-hazardous material by 10 a.m. The railroad crossing at 225 and 62 are reopening, and ODOT is routing traffic west. Norfolk Southern says they're working to get the tracks cleared to return to normal operations.
Well, the Ohio Department of Transportation has tapped one Northeast Ohio agency for their statewide drone program. The Amherst Police Department was among 9 agencies to put drones in the hands of first responders. The program aims to get advanced technology to communities where first responders need extra support. ODOT says they will provide the needed training for the drones.
In Tuscarawas County, the Amish mother charged with drowning her 4-year-old son and killing 45-year-old husband waived her right to a jury trial today. Ruth Miller is indicted on 7 counts, and she has pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. Her mental health state evaluation concluded she was suffering from spiritual delusion when she threw her 4-year-old son into the lake, and her words, quote, "give him to God." Both the state and defense agreed on all evidence, so there will be no traditional trial. The verdict will be next Tuesday.
Well, 2 people have been hospitalized after being shot at an Olive Garden. Officers were called into the Warrensville Olive Garden around 10:30 last night. According to dispatch, 2 people are in police custody, and both victims were rushed to a local hospital. Their conditions are not yet known.
Welcome to your Tuesday weather forecast, and I would say get used to these whiplash conditions here in Ohio, the usual up and downs, because as we know, last week we were talking about having 50 degrees while we got slammed with another hit of snow and cold. Because right now in Ohio, as we're looking, we're only hitting about mid-30s right now, and that's all across Ohio. The warmest right now is Cincinnati with the 36, but other than that, the rest of it is even colder. See, in Pittsburgh, it's 30 degrees. So with this cold weather, minimal sunshine around all of Ohio, I would say get used to seeing ice and frost on the road, so be very careful driving around. And if we get a closer look, I could say here in Kent today with this cold weather, lots of winds, or a little bit of winds today, and I was hit with a lot of snow drifts, and honestly that's my least favorite part about when there's snow. So like I said, very cold, not really pleasant. But hopefully everyone got to go outside and enjoy the warm weather while it lasted as much as possible, because right now we're used to the cold, nothing nice. But today we only got to a high of about 30 degrees, and not, like I said, little bit of sun, but mostly cloud. Nothing really came up out of it. And for the rest of the day, we're not really gonna get a lot more of snow, but be prepared for anything, but stick around for the rest of today's forecast.
Thank you, Casey. Well, the Guthrie family today announcing they are offering $1 million for anyone who leads to the recovery of their mother, Nancy Guthrie.
Her disappearance is now on its 24th day, and we go to CNN's Lee Waldman with the latest.
I'm coming on to say it is day 24 since our mom was taken in the dark of night from her bed.
As law enforcement is working on the investigation into the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, her daughter, Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie, is offering up a reward for her mother's recovery.
We are offering a family reward of up to $1 million.
This is in addition to the FBI's $100,000 reward for information about 84-year-old Guthrie. It's the first we've heard from one of Guthrie's children in more than a week. Amidst the plea, Savannah Guthrie acknowledged for the first time that her mother may no longer be alive.
She may have already gone home to the Lord that she loves.
CNN's chief law enforcement and intelligence analyst John Miller believes this video comes as substantive tips in the case are slowing down.
The family still believes, and investigators concur with this, that there's still someone out there, maybe more than one someone, who actually knows.
Meanwhile, new details have emerged about the masked person seen on doorbell camera footage. The suspect visited her doorstep on 2 different days, not just the morning she is believed to have been kidnapped, a source told CNN. The Pima County Sheriff's Department said in a statement Monday there is no date or time stamp associated with these images, and suggesting the photos were taken on different days is purely speculative. I'm Lee Waldman reporting.
Well, Senate Democrats are challenging President Trump's sweeping tariffs, now introducing a bill to refund $175 billion in tariff revenue paid by U.S. companies. This comes after the Supreme Court ruled Friday that President Trump violated federal law when he imposed sweeping global tariffs. The bill is being dubbed the Tariff Refund Act of 2026 and would require a full refund plus interest on the previous tariffs.
And with more national changes for consumers, we have a closer look at the changes in the tech world.
KSTV's Cordell Rudolph joins us with your consumer update.
That's right, guys. Good evening, Portage County. This week we had a lot of updates in the consumer industry, so let's get into it. Our first story for tonight, Meta makes a $1 billion deal with AMD to incorporate new chips powered by AI. This new partnership allows Meta to produce AI chips that power data centers. 90% of these chips are also sold by AMD's competitor, NVIDIA. Anthropic updates for Claude worry employees as the AI gets smarter at specific jobs. AI company Anthropic launches updates that make the AI better at jobs like design, HR, and wealth management. Wall Street employees worry this will lead to mass layoffs of their jobs. Drug manufacturer Novo Nordisk is reducing the cost of its weight loss drugs. Novo Nordisk is reducing its popular weight loss and diabetes drugs to $675 starting next year. The change is to benefit customers with high deductibles or using co-insurance. Customers with lower rates using self-pay will not be affected. And finally, Spirit Airlines makes a new deal to avoid closure. Previously filing bankruptcy twice, Spirit Airlines struggled to stay adrift after they couldn't meet flight demand during the pandemic. Under the new deal, Spirit remains independent but smaller, cutting staff, selling planes, and will fly nearly 40% fewer flights this summer. This is causing larger airlines like United to keep some cheaper seats available. That's all I have for tonight, guys. For KSTV, I'm Cordell Rudolph.
Cordell, thank you. We are following the escalating tensions in the Middle East as the United States ramps up its military presence. Dozens of stealth F-22 fighter jets are now in Israel, in addition to the dozens of military aircrafts, tankers, and warships now positioned in the region. These reinforcements are the largest since the start of the Iraq War in 2003. President Donald Trump has threatened to attack Iran if a deal on restricting the country's nuclear program isn't reached.
Today marks 4 years since the beginning of the Russian invasion on Ukraine. The capital city, Kyiv, and every other city in the country held a moment of silence for all the lives lost in the conflict. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen arrived in Kyiv today to commemorate. In a message to Ukrainians, President Volodymyr Zelensky said he wants a strong, dignified, lasting peace.
Sequins music and ballroom moves are being brought to Kent State University tonight for an on-campus organization.
Coming up, a disparity among the decline of cervical cancer rates by states. We'll tell you why on today's Health Minute.
If your research could reach beyond the classroom. Welcome to the 40th Graduate Research Symposium. This two-day event brings graduate students from all disciplines together to present their work, exchange ideas, and engage with faculty and peers. Join us each day at 8 a.m. for research and collaboration with award opportunities and keynote speaker Professor Michael Beam. Register for Graduate Research Symposium March 19th and 20th at the Kent State Student Center.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Great job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Welcome back. Kent State is taking to the ballroom floor with their own spin on Dancing with the Stars tonight.
That's right, and the Flash Activities Board is giving students a chance at the Mirror Ball. Our reporter Talia Scassa is there to see our student dancers take to the ballroom floor. Hi, Talia.
Fans of Dancing with the Stars can come join the excitement tonight at Kent State University Ballroom with Flash Activities Board hosting this dance-themed event. Tonight I'll be interviewing organizer Madison.
Hi. Do I take?
First question I have tonight is, what inspired the theme Dancing with the Stars?
I'm a really big fan of the show, and I've been to the live show a couple times, so I thought, why not do Dancing with the Stars themed event?
Now I must ask, who did you want to win this season?
I really, this might be controversial, but I really did want Robert to win, and I'm so happy he won. It was very exciting for me.
Now, how long has Fab been on campus?
Fab's been on campus for, I think, about 10 years now, or maybe a little even bit more, but yeah, it's been a little while now.
So what all events are being held tonight?
Tonight is Dancing with Fab, so from 7 to 9 in the ballroom we'll be here, and then we also have Dinos and Dragons coming up, which is our Stuff Up Plush event on March 3rd, and then, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Madison.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. We can't wait to see more from the ballroom floor, Talia. Positive steps in the health world as well for cervical cancer rates around the country, and they're on the decline. But we're looking at a new report showing this decline isn't happening in every state.
That's right, Cindy, and CNN's Mandy Gaither has today's Health Minute.
It was once one of the most common causes of cancer deaths for U.S. women, but thanks to prevention and screening, there have been significant gains in the battle against cervical cancer. Still, this year alone, the American Cancer Society estimates close to 13,500 new cases of invasive cervical cancer will be diagnosed, and about 4,200 women will die from the disease.
In younger women under 50, cervical cancer is the third leading cause of cancer deaths.
Dr. Ahmadin Jamal is co-author of a new study which found cervical cancer cases declined by 27% overall in U.S. women ages 20 to 31 between 2016 and 2021 when the HPV vaccine was available, compared to the years 2000 to 2005, which is before the vaccine was first approved for use by the FDA. However, Jamal says there are significant disparities across individual states, ranging from a 50% decrease in cervical cancer cases in 3 states in the District of Columbia to little or no decline at all in several states. He says places that saw the most significant drop in cases were the states with higher HPV vaccination rates.
We have to look at HPV vaccination as a preventive measure.
Jamal says regional disparities are likely to persist in states with lower HPV vaccination rates, especially as young women who haven't been protected from the virus get older and their risk of cervical cancer gets higher. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
Welcome back to the rest of your forecast, and I would say be prepared for a mix of weather in the next few days and after tonight. But today we got to a high in 33 degrees here in Kent, which 33 is my lucky number, but I do not like it as a temperature. And with that temperature, we also had a lot of winds that, like I said earlier, has the snow hitting you in the face, and I'm again not a fan of that. But for the rest of the night, we are actually going to see a little bit of an increase, but nothing crazy, and it'll continue to get snowy for the rest of the night. So again, not fun, but not a lot of crazy chances of snow, but maybe later in the night we might be seeing some. And for the rest of the week, or tomorrow, excuse me, we will see a little bit more sunshine than we did today and a little bit of warmer. We get up to the 40s, so I would say go out there and enjoy it if you can, but like I said, not as enjoyable, and it is going to be a little bit more windy, so not the best, but no chances of snow or rain tomorrow, so that is good. And then as we get to the rest of the week, it again is cold, and we do, like I said, the ups and downs. We get to the 50s up into Thursday and Friday and Saturday and the weekend, but right now we are mingling with the 30s and freezing temperatures, typical Ohio weather. But we do get more sunshine with the sun not setting until after 6 again, so that is nice. But that is all I have for this weather block for today. Stay updated with Ohio's crazy weather here at the Kent Stater. For KSTV, I'm Casey Baylog.
Tonight I am here with Nikki for the glitz and glam of tonight's amazing event.
Hi, y'all.
So, on a scale of 1 to mirror ball worthy, how well would you describe your dance moves?
Mirror ball worthy. Okay, I'm top tier.
In one word, how could you describe your mirror ball dance moves?
Like golden buzzer. I know that's not one word, but like AGT, America's Got Talent, I'm definitely gold buzzer worthy.
Now, do you have a favorite song you would totally perform to?
Oh, anything by Megan or Nicki right now.
I was thinking the same thing.
Right.
Now that is all I have for you tonight, guys, and catch more out on this story tomorrow night at 6. For KSTV, I'm Talia Scassa.
Well, this just in, Oscar the Grouch has been found. How police in Huber Heights were able to catch their suspect and one sanitation worker who was in for quite the surprise.
North Carolina Tar Heels won an ACC Classic last night with good performances all around. That and more on your Kent Stater Sports Report.
find videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. I have a mentor, and she convinced me to continue my education. No one receives a diploma alone. If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Well, like always, sports never leave, so we're here to cover them, starting by taking a trip to Rocket Arena tonight for a showdown on the hardwood. So in Cleveland very shortly, the Cleveland Cavaliers welcome in the visiting New York Knicks for an East showdown with 2 games separating the 2 teams in the East standings. After dropping their 5-game winning streak to the Oklahoma City Thunder on Sunday, the Cavs look to bounce back in a big way against their conference foe, while New York holds the series lead 2-0. Look for Cleveland to get James Harden, Sam Merrill, and especially Donovan Mitchell involved early and often. Also, the Cavs will commemorate defensive end Myles Garrett tonight on his 2nd Defensive Player of the Year award and sack record-breaking season. Now getting back to campus here on the track, graduate student Gabrielle Hammonds has been named the Mid-American Conference Women's Track Athlete of the Week after a standout performance at the Akron Invitational. Hammonds won the 60-meter hurdles with a personal best time of 8.35 seconds, the fastest marked by a MAC athlete since 2019. This moves her to 2nd all-time in Kent State history. The Golden Flashes will turn their focus to MAC Indoor Championships this weekend at Central Michigan. Now taking you back to the hardwood, the Kent State men's basketball team returns to the floor after their bye week to welcome the Central Michigan Chippewas. Most recently for the Flashes, they clinched a ticket to the MAC Championship tournament against Bowling Green just last week, with more wins to look for on the horizon. The Flashes seek their 35th win over the Chippewas in team history, with tip-off scheduled for 8 p.m. in the MAC Center. Tune in on ESPN+. Now, staying in the collegiates with basketball, we're going to take you to an ACC showdown. Louisville Cardinals visiting the North Carolina Tar Heels. 1 game beside that is Bill Belichick, the 6-time Super Bowl winning champion. But we're going to stay in basketball here. We'll start with a Mikael Brown Jr. 3 there. Incredible range from him. Louisville up 23-13 now as we get to the 9-minute mark. This will be Zayden High pass to Henry Vasar on the backwards dunk. Check that one out again. He doesn't even see it. He had 12 points on the night. What a game for him. Tie game now. Javon Hadley's left wide open and nothing but net from the corner there. 38-35 as we approach the second half. There goes Seth Trimble, who picks it off and dunks it for the Tar Heels. He had a career-high 30 points on the night. Tar Heels up a whopping 17, but there's still Anna Brown. Another 3 to keep Louisville within 5 here as we head to that. Now they're within 3. Vasar misses a 3-pointer. North Carolina steals. They're not going to get fouled. It'll be a few free throws, and North Carolina is going to take this one in an ACC battle, 77-74, as they remain ahead in the ACC. Well, the Tar Heels will welcome the Virginia Tech Hokies Saturday to keep climbing the ACC standings, but unfortunately, that's all the sports I have for you today. For more from us, check out the Kent Stater on all socials and tune into a brand new episode of Sports Corner and the Playbook Podcast. For KSTV, I'm Evan Schofield.
All right, Evan, well, it's not the Cavs-Knicks game, but one of the best things you'll see all day the moment a missing dog in the Rocky Mountains is reunited with his owner after 43 days. The story behind the sweet reunion.
My name is Liam Aberly. I am an assistant designer here at Yellow Cake. Everything I do currently is all stuff that builds on top of things I learned at Kent.
They had a different commitment to their craft or to their major. You know, part of that is just who he is naturally, and I think part of that he gleaned and honed at, his time at Kent State.
There has been a bit of a budding scene here in Cleveland between Valerie and some other designers that live around here, and we're really starting to put Cleveland on the map in the fashion world.
The collaboration between Kent State and the Cleveland Museum of Natural History is a long-standing one.
Dr. Aaron's experimental lab is really state-of-the-art. It's known internationally.
We can recreate any artifact from the last 3 million years, and the Cleveland Museum of Natural History has pretty much any tool that ancient people use. So we send our students up here to study those examples so they can figure out how to recreate them. And the collaboration led to incredible discoveries right here in Ohio. And it's a dream come true.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Well, one sanitation worker in Huber Heights was in for quite the scare, and check this out. Instead of finding trash inside of his bin, he found a person. That's right, dash cam footage from Huber Heights police just happened to catch the moment and their suspect. He's since been taken into police custody and was aptly dubbed Oscar the Grouch.
Wow. Well, here we have a pair of best friends who are back together again. This dog is named Rocky and was on the run for 43 days in the Rocky Mountains when he got loose from staying with a sitter. Video posted by Summit Lost Pet Rescue shows the moment they were reunited. You're seeing it here, and the rescue group actually spotted Rocky 3 days after he went missing, but couldn't corral him until 40 days later. He spent a few days recovering, but Rocky keeps moving forward, and now with the owner Steven, they are finishing a cross-country trip to California.
That's really great.
A really sweet story, and like we both determined, we're dog people.
Yes,
so
of course. I love dogs, you love dogs.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we'll have to keep this going. But that's all the time we have for tonight.
Be sure to stay up to with the Kent Stater on all our socials.
That's right. And you can also tune in tonight at 8 for The Blurb.
I'm Joe Malbin.
And I'm Sydney Brown. Have a great night, Portage County.
You crank it and the beat just moves you right down the hallway. Why not? It doesn't hurt anyone, but listening too long and too loud can actually hurt your hearing. Excessive volume in earbuds, stadiums, and at concerts, even loud machinery, can damage hearing in just 15 minutes.
1 in 5 people 12 years and older now has some kind of hearing loss. So see a hearing professional and let's get those ears checked and boogie on.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life.
This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind.
Find your place in space.
This is my time.
Space for all.
Jimmy can't sing, and Tommy can't dance, so we're gonna put some ants in their pants. Aww.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, singing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they got ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to